Hello, and welcome to Every Day is Funny. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I'm not going to waste much time today. I believe this is the first Sunday show, and Sundays are typically when comics are bigger in scale, perhaps filled to the brim with exciting colors. Blue, red, and the sort. So I don't want to waste too much time up top, but I did want to say that William Thompson replied again to my Rex Morgan MD post yesterday. If you weren't around yesterday, all good, but I commented, Sarah saying, "Dad, do you worry this drama is all we have to talk about as father and daughter, and once this is over, we'll speak much less?" William Thompson then replied, "Worry? No, female offspring. That's my hope." So he's enhancing my joke there. I wouldn't be surprised if he's my co-host in a year's time and the two of us are going steady. I feel a true connection. But that's all I wanted to say. Let's get to the comics right off the bat today. And I figured we would revisit some of my faves from the past week and check in and see how they're doing. Maybe this will be the trend for Sunday episodes, just kind of re-highlight some of our fave strips from the week. Maybe not. But you gotta admit it's a genius idea on my part, huh? Anyway. That was the first time where it's like, maybe talking to yourself in this room for the past week wasn't the best idea. I'm seeing the effects all of a sudden. I think that's one marble lost, but we still got plenty to go. Okay, let's start with the family circus. If you remember, this is just about a family with two kids. Again, I love comics because the premise can be so loose. You don't really have to pitch it to anybody. There's no like comic boardroom meetings where it's like, tell us what you got, and the guy's like, a family? So it's nice. All right, latest comic, Family Circus, Sunday, May 5th. Okay, the kids are walking down the street with their dad behind them, and the child up front says, "Look at the old broken down house." And then there's a lot of thought bubbles. We see a very decrepit, foreclosed home. And another one of the children says, "It sure looks sad." And the dad says, "It does now, but I'll bet it once rang with happy voices." And then I'm just going to go through a list of these thought bubbles. They're very scattered all around. You don't really know where to start. "The baby's awake. Shall I bring her downstairs? That's the best Christmas tree we've ever had. We're home, Ma. Do you want to play cards with us, Grandma?" Oh, so this isn't a joke. These are just legitimate great memories that this home once held. I mean, beautiful. Maybe that's my fault for expecting humor in this situation. Oh man, it gets sad. The final bubble on the bottom right is, "Dad, you and Ma will never sell this house, will you?" That's a melancholy way to wake up. Read that. But I will give them points, because it does feel like the most vulnerable comic we've heard so far. And that's the point of this show. So kudos. I just wasn't expecting it. All right, let's move on to Hagar the Horrible again. Hagar. I don't know why I said that. All right, Sunday, May 5th. All right, we got a bit of a long one. One woman is saying to two other women, "Mama, Grandma, do you think I'll ever get married?" Mom says, "Of course you will." Grandma says, "Why would you even want to?" Then the daughters walked away. The mother says to the grandmother, "Mother, do you remember the day I married Hagar?" She thinks about it. Hagar is asleep during the ceremony. It's the biggest day of your life, Higgs. Next, she's remembering Hagar just one-shotting the cake Then she's remembering him getting drunk and bumping into someone holding a piece of cake. She says, yes, I remember the day, but not the why. And then Hagar is now in the panel, his wife saying, this is why, and they're hugging. Again, is Wholesome Sundays. I guess that's the name of our Sunday apps, Wholesome Sundays. I think if there's ever, this is just an aside, if there's a day of the week that is the most wholesome, it's gotta be Sunday, right? Because I feel like it's the day where you reflect on the rest of the week's decisions and maybe take it internally to the dome and regret a lot of things. And these comics kind of help you be at peace with yourself. Maybe that's the purpose. But again, very wholesome. Let's see the 3 comments on this one. Okay, someone posted a poem in the comments. David Ricard, I don't know if it's of his own making or brought from another source. Love is blindness. I don't want to see. Won't you wrap the night around me? Oh, my heart. Love is blindness. I think these are all very nice things. But I feel like David Rickard is using the wrong community. And again, it's a wholesome comic, I understand that. But do these people have like real people to talk to, I wonder? I'm not trying to throw shade. This is meditative aim at best. But why are you commenting that on Hagar the Horrible? I don't know, man. All right. Let's go to Beetle Bailey. Beetle Bailey, as we know, is an army-based comic. A more original premise, because taking what should be in serious situations and making them humorous. Let's see what we got. All right. Beetle Bailey is with 2 comrades and says, you want to play cards? One says, can't, I'm busy. Then we just get a title card for this man, for seemingly no reason. His name is Killer Diller, age 26. And he has the mustache coming directly out of his nose like a Snidely Whiplash villain. That's a kind of dated reference. And now it shows Killer Diller, his hobbies. He likes skiing, scuba, and surfing, and it's just him surfing. Great sense of humor. I'm getting the sense that he is on some sort of dating app, which will be revealed later. Great sense of humor. He's making the people laugh. Successful businessman. We see him in an office. Gourmet and wine expert at Killer's Cafe. A very little joke there that's very fun. And we return to real life. Beetle says, that's your dating profile? Killer Diller says, I didn't say I was honest. Nothing wholesome about that. A man lying to get women. The author of Beetle Bailey was like, I know about Wholesome Sundays. No way am I following that, my man. Let's take a look at the comments. Oh, David Ricard has posted again here, and he says, from today's comics curmudgeon. As much fun as the main body of the strip makes spinning a web of lies in an attempt to attract some hapless young woman seem, I must point your attention to Killer's look of beaten-down resignation in the first throwaway panel. Being the most oversexed soldier in your unit is a job, and Killer is determined to be good at it, but like every job, it wears on you after a while. Okay. If anyone doubted me 2 seconds ago, like, what? Relax, he just threw in a poem on Hagar the Horrible, it's not a big deal. Look at that. This man is troubled. His little profile picture is of the Joker from Batman. This guy's got to be on a list. They got to be keeping a close eye on David Rickard. Good Lord, what is he talking about? He's dissecting the character of Killer Diller. He's stripping him away at the seams, saying he's oversexed. This is a comic, Rickard. I don't even know what to... I'm really quite amazed by that comment. All right. Let's move on. All right, we're going to go back to Todd the Dinosaur. This will be our second to last comic for the day. Again, this is just about a dinosaur that lives with a boy. A woman is looking at a spider with Todd the Dinosaur, and she says, "Look out, big hairy spider." Todd screams, "Eek," and runs. She sits in silence. Todd comes back, "Just kidding." And he picks up the spider and tosses it in his mouth. And the girl says, "I think I'd rather you be a fraidy cat." Again, not wholesome. Death of a spider. The antithesis of wholesome is to watch a spider die in cartoon form. It's pretty good, though. Todd likes to eat spiders. That's a funny character trait. I liked it. I also love that for some reason there's a little sandwich on the table that never is addressed. She's not worried about the spider crawling onto the sandwich. The sandwich had no need to be illustrated. But I guess they just wanted to create a little mise en scène. So they put a little sandwich on the table. Now, to close us off, I mean, you know what we gotta do. It's Rex Morgan, MD, baby. When we last left Rex, they were still in the car, coming home from the vet with Candy the dog, after she had been treated for eating chocolate. And Sarah, Rex's daughter, was in distress, feeling insane guilt that I guess she had left a plate of brownies within Candy's reach. So let's see if they're home today. And they made it back from the vet. Okay, they are home. Oh, I'm looking ahead, they're not home. But we start at the home with Abby the other dog. Twist. Another dog? Anyway, the two sons, who have very similar facial features, are talking to Rex's wife, I presume. One son says, "What's taking Dad and Sarah so long?" I think every reader around the world is thinking that, kid. And the other son says, "Yeah, we want Candy back home." The mom says, "They'll be here any minute, boys. Just be patient." Now we cut back to the car, where they're still bringing Candy back from the vet. The daughter says, oh my God, we're still talking. "I made the brownies, and I left them on the counter. This was all my fault." And Rex says, "You thought they'd be safe there, Sarah. Don't be so hard on yourself." I'm pretty sure he said like the exact same sentence yesterday. Then Sarah says, "But I'm the older kid. I'm supposed to be more responsible." Rex says, "Oh, Sarah, this wasn't your fault. Candy was just being a dog." In the final strip, Rex is addressing Sarah. "Sometimes pets do things that aren't too smart, and then it's up to us to take care of them. You reacted quickly to the situation, and we got Candy to the vet right away. Give yourself some credit." Now, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse with this comment. I'm fascinated that they're still in the car and still going home. And you know, the thing that the wife said earlier, "They'll be here any minute, boys, just be patient." That feels like a shot at like me, or readers like me. And it's true. Listen, this is a morning show, a podcast about taking things bit by bit and small steps and not rushing to anything. So maybe they're right. Maybe we should spend another month in this car. Maybe Candy should eat another brownie and we do this all over again. Any comments? Come on, William. Oh, Rebecca Yoke again has the best comment so far. When Rex, Sarah, and Candy return home, they discover Abby and June have skipped town. The boys tell them she said she couldn't take this anymore and there has to be more to life than this. This is such a strange community. They want Rex's wife to leave with the dog? Why? That's not Wholesome Sunday. Oh, JB below also. JB, we read a comment from yesterday, I believe. And he says, besides, Mom and I are the real maroons here. We left you and your two dim brothers alone in the kitchen. We had plenty of time and opportunities to check in on you. Now go play in the street with your brothers. Mom and I need to decompress after all that's happened. Okay. Are people like on this site projecting harmful wishes on cartoon characters that they equate to people in their real lives, I wonder? Okay. I thought of my comment. It's pretty similar to the spirit of the other ones. I'm going to say from the point of view of Rex. By the way, Sarah, I'm just kidding about what I've said. I'm disappointed in you, and you'll never live this down for the rest of your days. What do you want for dinner, by the way? I think William Thompson's going to love it. Man, the day that I get a top post on here with the most upvotes, it's going to be the rush of my goddamned life. But all right, I think it's time we wind down for the first Sunday ep of Every Day is Funny, afternoon tea edition. I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.